Hey, it's Wendy, and I am now going to put it all together and pretend that I have a flat tire and that I am going to fix it myself. And we can pretend I've got friends with me, but I don't. Although I actually do have friends who will ride bikes with me. But that all said, and the little timer's going, so it's going to make me nervous to see if I can do this in a good time, and I'm really going to do it. So, and I'll, when I think of it, say the key steps. So we're going to pretend the whole way. You ready? Okay, here we go. You're riding your bike, you have a flat tire, or I've got a flat tire. I'm pretending. So first thing is get safe. So assess your road, get off the road, get to a safe place. Second thing, make yourself comfortable. So I'm going to get in some shade if it's hot, or I'm going to get in some sun if it's cold. I'm going to put on my extra gear, which would not be a flannel shirt out on the road with cars, but it might be a flannel shirt if I were mountain biking where there aren't hunters. More than likely, I'd be wearing orange. That all said, I'm going to get safe and I'm going to get comfortable. The next thing is dealing with my buddies who are riding with me, or strangers who stop. So first of all, I'm going to assess my skills, and I'm going to make a quick guess about their skills. And if they're really good and really competent, I might sit back and have a snack. If someone offers to help and maybe I think I can do a better job at it, I'm nervous about them doing it, I'll say thank you very much. I'll take care of this. Could you hold my bike for me? Or could the rest of you guys, since it bugs me to have people stand around watching what I'm doing, thus I'm not a surgeon, I never was a surgeon, could you guys go on down to the next store and go get us some snacks and maybe bring them back, or we'll meet you down there. I just need to take a break and I'll take care of this. It'll take about 10 minutes. So make yourself comfortable, make yourself safe, deal with people around you, and then get to work. So next step is shift your bike to the smallest chain ring on the front and the smallest chain ring on the back. And you can do it yourself. You don't have to have anyone hold the bike. I just lift it up. Bike only shifts while they're being pedaled. I guess that's true of electronic also. I have no idea. So I'm on the small one on the back, small one in the front. I'm gonna, since I have a clutch on my derailleur, I'm gonna turn off my clutch. I forgot to get my seat pack off, but I got that already. I gotta get my seat pack off. I have one of these little teeny tiny minimal seat packs so I can look cool. Like I don't have to carry a bunch of stuff. I always have everything with me. There's my wipes to clean my hands off afterwards. Here's my new tube. Here's my bike tool because I have a through axle and I'm gonna have to take this axle out. And here are my tire irons. And I forgot, oh my God, this is classic. I forgot to stock my canister after the last demonstration. So I'm gonna reach here, and here's the canister that I forgot to put in the seat pack because I just did this. So that was a classic, but even if I had actually forgotten to restock my seat pack, I always have a backup of a manual pump ready. And my manual pump has a chuck on it for a CO2 cartridge, but for this demonstration, I'm going to use a separate one because that's more common. All right, so I've got what I need for the repair. I'm safe. I'm so comfortable. I'm anxious. I'm all shifted. Let me see if I can get my rear wheel off. And I can't remember the right size. Make it the 6. 6 it is. Okay. I'm going to be careful not to lose this critical thing or bend it or sit on it or stand on it. So I'm going to place it by my seat pack because if it rolls into the way or gets run over by a car, you're done for the day. Okay, I'm going to put that in order. Okay, I'm ready to take my wheel off. It's the bike, it comes right off. I'm gonna lay this against my leg. I'm gonna make sure my water bottle is closed. And I'm gonna lay my bike down. I'm not gonna put it upside down because I don't find that helpful. I'm just gonna lay it on the ground, not on its derailleur. Now I'm gonna make myself comfortable. I did not pre-flat my tire for the demonstration, so I am now pre-flatting my tire. That's always a bad sign. Okay, I'm gonna look, listen, and feel. First of all, I'm just checking the outside, seeing if I see an obvious thorn in it or a piece of glass. I'm going to take it out if I do, or if I see an obvious push flat. I don't see anything. I took the cap off. I'm going to take this little nut off the stem. Okay, so I've already gotten kind of disorganized, which is okay. But I'm in a safe, cool place. I haven't found any abnormality. So I am gonna now take the bead off the rim. I'm doing that by hand. Okay, and now I'm going to take the tire off from one side of the rim. And here we go. So this takes a little strength. This is where sometimes I have to use 2 tire irons, but this one is going to go with just one. All right, that took a little strength right there. The rest won't be bad. Okay, back to look, listen, and feel. See if we can identify where the leak is. So I'm looking at the inside of the tire, seeing if I see anything. Sometimes you'll take the tire all the way off to see everything, but maybe you'll find it without doing that. Now also I haven't seen a problem, so I'm gonna take the tube out, but I'm gonna leave it still with the stem through the hole so I can tell where the position is, because if I find the hole in the tube, then I can lay the tube back down and tell where the part was that hurt it. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna inspect again. I'm gonna inspect the tube. I'm gonna inspect the rim. I can look and see the rim tape, and I'm gonna feel with my fingers to see if I can find the hole. Okay, I can even try to put some air into the injured tube and see if I can hear air coming out somewhere. So we're now going to pretend that I found the problem and I made sure that little piece of glass is gone and that the tire looks okay. If the tire doesn't look okay or it's got a big cut in it, I carry with me a $20 bill and also a patch by Park Tools that I can place on the tire itself, or I might to help it have more structure so I could still use it if there was a huge hole or a tear. And my $20 bill I could fold up and I could cover up an area of rim tape if it was a problem. Don't need to do all that. So now we're ready to put in the new tube. So the new tube I've unfolded, I've opened up, I've taken the cap off, I've taken the little nut off. I'm going to put a little bit of air in it. just enough to give it a little bit of form. I'm gonna look for the hole that it goes through, and I'm gonna stick the tube in the tire. I'm gonna stick the stem to the hole, and I'm going to put the tube inside of the tire. This part's easy, especially if it has, once again, a little bit of air in it to give it some form. Make sure it's not twisted, and put it all in. Okay, so the tube is all the way in, and the bead is still not in the rim, but we're ready to start doing that. So I'm going to start at the stem. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to start at the stem. And I'm going to push the stem up to take the tube high up in the tire. Then I put my finger to make the bead go down. And then I'm going to start working my way around both ways. And then I can let go of that. And this part is as easy until it's not. I'm going to keep going around. Okay, and it starts getting hard when there's about a foot more to go. So this is where, if you're very strong, you can just use your fingers. And if you're not very strong, you're going to have to use the leverage of a tire iron. First of all, I'm going to feel and look, and if I think the tube is between outside of the rim, I'm going to push it in. And I'm going to start using the tire iron to help me with the hard part. I'm feeling to make sure I don't feel any rubber under the tire iron, and I'm flipping the tire up. I'm feeling and flipping. I'm using my other hand to keep the tire from coming out. When I can feel like I can make some progress with it, I just use my thumbs. And this is where it gets really hard, and you can break your tire iron. Once again, that's why you gotta have two. Okay, and then it's almost there. I'm gonna roll the rest of it in. Okay, so the bead is inside of the rim. I'm gonna now stand up. And I'm gonna start at the stem, and I'm gonna inspect it to make sure there's no signs of the tube. If I see any place where I see the tube is up inside of the tire, I'm going to stop and use my fingers and manipulate the tube to get up in the tire, because we don't want to pinch flat. Okay, and I'm back at the stem. I don't see any. I'm flipping it over. I'm checking the other side. In this case, actually, the bead did not come loose from the rim on this side, which is fine, so there's no way any of it pinched, but I'm still going to inspect the whole thing. Okay, looks good. Okay, I've done both sides now. Now, I'm going to pump up. Wow, I'm ready to pump it up. Okay, I got to put this little nut back on here, because this has this, and it just makes it easier. Okay. Sometimes I would ask my friends, it's like, okay, did I forget anything? All right, I have a CO2 canister. I have my annual backup plan in case I blow it, which is very common. My CO2 canister is unpunctured, because I would never forget to restock it. I'm going to screw on this chuck because I've practiced how to use it before this event. Okay, so that punctures the hole in it. You don't notice anything. Now, I'm going to pump up the tire. So I'm going to open the Presto valve. I'm going to put the chuck down on it. And then I'm going to go counterclockwise until I feel the CO2 go in. And hopefully if I've got a friend, they're going to feel the tire and tell me when it feels like enough. unpulling the tire, and that is plenty to ride on. So now I'm going to go clockwise again. Oh, did you hear that pop? That happens, it was frozen open, so I'm quickly tightening down the Presta to close off the airflow, so it kind of freezes and it won't close. So that's it, my tire is pumped up. Now, I would have been really mad if I'd lost this, so I tried to put everything in its place. That's my little orange cap. I've closed the little Presta thing, it's still frozen. I'm gonna have my friend maybe pick up the bike, or I'm gonna do it myself. Gosh, am I really ready? I think I am. I got my axle there. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my bike. Okay, I remember that I always have the gear in the same place, so I put my chain on the gear that I know it's supposed to be on for the current shifter position. I was sure not to touch my brakes. I'm going to bring it right through the caliper. I'm going to spread the frame out just a little bit just to have it pop in. And I'm going to put my through axle back in. Make sure my chain is on. It's loose. I suspect it's about to fall off on the front, which is very common. You go ahead and spin it before it falls off all the way. It's really common to drop your chain while it's laying there. Okay. Tightening up my through axle. Okay, putting my clutch back on. I'm going to go ahead and shift now. Get an easier gear shift and pick up the bike. You don't need to start yet, but it'll get on, make sure it's on all the pulleys right. Like I said, you had your bike off. You can just be off of the pulleys slightly. A little bit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Clean up your mess. Don't forget to replace your canister when you get home. We're done. So, okay. That took me 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Not a very fast time, but I was jibber jabbering. But I did it, and often I'll just throw all that back in the pack or in my pocket and head off. I hope this was helpful. Please practice. Usually I can do it in like 5 minutes, but I was talking too much. Go ride bikes with your friends. Take care.